Oh, are we live? Hello, everyone. This is going to be one of those more quiet lives um, because I know it's mostly just me that is doing this for myself. I just need to turn that. I'm trying a slightly different system today. Um, I've got a second laptop here that's helping me out. Uh, so I just need to turn its WhatsApp sounds off. I actually don't know how it turned itself back on because it was off, but I like restarted my machine a couple of times. Oh, my nose became very blocked now. I've been sick the last while. Um, so I put Vicks Vapor Rub on my nose, and holy crap! So I'm just apologizing for any sniffs like that you might hear. Um, and yeah, I was fine up until just a short while ago. And then my nose just suddenly decided it's time to close. No more open nose and no more normal breathing for you, sir. How dare you? How dare you? How dare you? Would you want to? How dare you want air? You know? Sorry, I'm just getting the link ready to send to people. And when I say people, I mostly mean one person. But yeah, let's maybe put it to the socials that I'm gone live. Nice ramshackle way of getting more people to watch. So I got the link. I'm gonna take a pic. I'm gonna take a pic of myself doing the live. Oh wow, something like that. I need to. You won't be able to see the camera because the camera is here. This is my second screen that I'm taking a picture of. Maybe like this. Let's check. I think the sideways one is fine. Let's just share that quickly. Oh, excuse me. I'm seeing a lot of casting rumors of Taron Egerton. This artist is called Artkin, but it's underscore Artkin underscore. I don't think you'll be able to see properly, but it's a really cool artwork. And I saw Boss Logic or someone also had one earlier. If you want to see some really cool artists, I try to share some of my faves on Instagram. The page is just Objects Media, but the first the E of media, so not the first E, the E of media, so the second E in the word Objects Media is a 3. But you can just just Google Objects Media, then you'll be able to find the Instagram. I share lots of my favorite artists that I follow on Instagram quite often, and some amazing stuff, eh? Quite a bit more amazing than what I'm gonna be working on now. Um, but but yeah, my girlfriend will know that. She'll be able to tell you guys. I have I have been working so much that I've been neglecting her a little bit, and this is after having like burnout and stuff recently, and being sick with flu and stomach bug and everything this week. But like the momentum, the thing with trying to do what I'm trying to do here, whatever this is going to turn out to be, I've got a vague idea, you know. So you need to try to be as consistent as possible. Maybe not every day, But basically, for the last 2 or 3 months, I've been sharing every day and like just like trying to do this thing. It's been going cool, and you need to keep going. So my body has bounced back a little. So went to gym tonight. So we're slowly getting there. Okay, it is shared. So let's boogie. So the whole flag project that I got going. We still haven't really dented into it, really. But let me maybe just open this via. So that funny the funny I don't use the normal image viewer. Sorry, I'm completing sentences in my head here, and then only saying half parts of it. The funny I'm losing track of thought because I'm can't. There's literally like five screens here. I feel like I'm the guy behind the chair, in like superhero or like action movies, like the tech guy with all the screens. So I must just, yeah, I'm just gonna switch off my phone so my phone can charge there and turn my phone around because my concentration recently, I think with social media, with so many different social media platforms, one's concentration does get quite low. Anyway, I was saying this funny icon over here that looks like a cat splat against a wall. The image viewer is called View, and I use View because um, when you are working in motion graphics and you maybe rented out, most people will use a PNG sequence. I like to use Targa. Targa files are like very cool image files. That you can have alpha channels, and an alpha channel basically means that, so you basically, an alpha channel is, let's say for instance we took a shot of me but on a green screen, which I need to get myself, by the way, those portable ones, and I were to cut myself out in Photoshop for whatever reason, or I had like I keyed it out in After Effects. I keyed out the green, then the the back part that's transparent, it's the alpha channel. Yeah, so it's like it's separate. It's like a separate layer that you use to tell the software where the transparency is, because all an alpha channel will be is just like white. The white is what's there and the black is what's not, sort of a thing. And then it helps you to do things in various softwares. I'm simplifying it greatly, but you get the gist. um, so what this image viewer does is you can view sequences like PNG sequences or target sequences. If so, instead of going arrow, 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 you can just keep in space. Then it will sort of slowly play it. It'll play it very slowly the first time, and then it will play it close to its original speed, which can be anything from 24 frames per second to up to like 60 frames a second. So it's just very handy to have that as my main image viewer. I will show you guys how that looks and how that works, but not today. More when I do like After Effects stuff, which I haven't done in these live streams yet. It's because my personal laptop is not the best with After Effects. Anyway, um, I say that, but like, it's so weird. In 2018, I was using, I can't remember what the software was, but it was like it wasn't the Adobe standard sort of software. And I managed to create like a few skits in that year. And I shot actually quite a few test shots for a short that I've been wanting to do for a while. There's two or three shorts that are very close to my heart, that I really want to do, but I'm really confused as to which format to do it in, because I feel like if I go all in on the vertical format, it's a bit of a risky thing to do. Um, but at the same time, vertical is where it is at and where it has been at for the last 2 or 3 years. So look, you obviously can shoot the thing your short or whatever your medium is in a way that you can manipulate it to work in vertical and in your usual sort of 16 by 9 aspect ratio. But sure, that's I don't want to sound lazy, but it's too much work. um, this is the sort of thing that an overthinker will struggle with, and then like, dude, just do the short, man. Like, if you do it in a certain way, then that was just a decision that you made. That's why I've got a lot of older projects that I share to Objects Media from before, when everything was just Yamaka and I didn't like really have a unified brand sort of identity like Objects Media now. So it's cool to just share that, and then maybe later on I'll like have like a satirical or like a funny skit or music video that I'm going to share, and you can sort of see the contrast. We can see if I have grown as an artist. I will be obviously the first one to judge and to say how much growth there has been. But yeah, there's so much possibilities. But look at me being a motivational speaker here when I should be talking about what I'm actually doing here. So I've got this folder in my big flag project where I should have brought all of the flags that I have made so far. They in the Illustrator format, but it's actually cool to have them saved out as PNGs as well, because you can open the Illustrator, but just for like quick viewing, if you maybe want to show someone or if you maybe want to share something, it just helps to have the PNG preview ready there as well. Because when I load it to Shutterstock or to Adobe Stock, I actually don't need to create a preview in JPEG or PNG, because Shutterstock does it. Shutterstock and Adobe Stock, they do that automatically. You don't have to worry about anything, which is quite cool. I had a bit of a reacquaint reacquainting. I reacquainted myself to FTP things earlier today, because um, I I'm sort of playing around with trying to load more video stock. I haven't really shared anything about it, but that's because like you have to be working on other projects. You can't be working and sharing. You can, but you need to sort of build up things as well. I'm like this close to just like isolating myself for like a week, maybe a weekend at first. I think I can afford maybe like a day or a weekend. I think it must be at least 2 days just to work on content, um, for like a particular project, and then you can like stagger post. Maybe like I think the ratio of putting in an insane amount of work for like 2 days, maybe like over that 2 days, it's like 80% work and 20% relaxation and like sleep sort of a thing. I would like to do almost like a camp atmosphere, but just with like myself and whoever is like helping me on the project if there is assistance. Like that's like my sort of idea for how I can go forward with this page, because I think it would be cool to say this page. I think brand is a bit better because you are on so many different platforms and you need to cater for all those different platforms slightly differently. Um, I think it would be really cool. There's a couple of ideas I have for like, so you put in the work for like 2 3 days, and then you stagger post that for like a month, and then during that month it will be like the month of whatever it is that you're doing. So it could be like, I'm just going to use an example. This isn't actually one of the ideas that I have, but if you know that maybe that there's a new Marvel movie coming out, or that like now all the Star Wars properties, then you can maybe have like a Star Wars month of something, and then you create every day. You share like the final piece of artwork of your Star Wars thing, but then your reels and your moving content, like your videos, will be like maybe like work in progress of that specific piece for the day, how you got from the start to the finish. The usual sort of stuff that we see other people do, but it actually takes a lot of planning and like a lot of execution to get to those sort of videos that just look that we've just become accustomed to. So yeah, lots of ideas, and actually some follow through as well. Anyway, so what I want to do is this. These are all of the flags that I finished. I kind of think it's sort of in the yeah. There's a few duplicates in there as well, I think, but yeah. Let us. I want to get this. Yeah. So we've got South Africa, we've got USA, I can see that. We've got China. I saw China further up. We've got UAE, USA, Germany, Canada. So we're gonna start. We got Japan, we got Germany, we got Canada. Oh, so this is actually like 36, I think. If this is 74, it's like 36 actual flags that are here. So that seems a bit more accurate to how far I currently am in this project. Um, it's just, it's the it's the main file. Okay, yes, some of them have three, but they should have two files each. I see I duplicated a few stuff here at the start. Anyway, I'm getting too caught up in semantics here. Nigeria, France, and Italy are next. So I'm gonna see if I can open 5 at a time on my slow ass personal laptop. I had I actually wanted to start um, streaming at 9 o'clock. But load shedding. The whole reason I haven't streamed in a while has been because I've been a bit sick, but also load shedding in South Africa has been terrible. If you don't know what that is, the long and short of it is South Africa's power company has been corrupt for about 20 years now. The like the national energy company, and it has become so bad that the entire country is sort of divided into areas and blocks and whatever, and we get load shed. They shed the load, they turn off the electricity of blocks of areas at a time, specific with a schedule, um, to make sure that we actually have power, that we don't hit a total blackout. So it's sort of a preventative measure, a temporary preventative measure to prevent a full scale blackout, like maybe like no power for 2 weeks, because that's the purge, bruh. That will be in South Africa, that's the purge. This country will turn upside down if that has to happen. So I think a lot of people are complaining about load shedding because we know that ESCOM, the national power regulator, is taking us for a fool. But I think it's better than the full scale like 2 week like 1 month 2 month blackout, because that will be absolute chaos. um, and so yeah, that's basically what it is. I've been in my area where I live, I've been load shed basically this sort of prime time where you would want to do things like this. uh, Flip. Yeah, we've been load shed at really crappy times. So I've not been able to really I've not been able to really work properly. Huh. Okay. I'm gonna have to, yeah. Sorry, I was just getting a little bit confused with my own project there for a second. Um, oh yes, I was still talking about ESCOM, the National Power Regulator that is making South Africans truly powerless. Um, it's a messed up situation because, as I said earlier, it was supposed to be a temporary stopgap solution, but that it's been 15 years now, I think. Someone can correct me if I'm wrong, but it's been 15 years of load shedding in South Africa. 15, 16 years. So that's a little insane, man. That's quite crazy that that has been a thing for so long. Like I lived in an area called Gordon's Bay for about 3-ish years, 3 4 years, I want to say. Wonderful area close to a beach. It's like a beach town. I would like really, I wouldn't mind going to live there again, but like right now, I don't think it will be possible in the near future anytime soon. But the one thing about Gordons Bay, it's like a beautiful area, but the wind is insane there. You could, like, how Gordons Bay doesn't have a proper wind farm set up, even if it's just like maybe there are like quite a few open spaces there. It's not like there isn't space. They just need to like they had 15 years already. Places like that should be there. There should be there should have been clean energy solutions by now. If you give someone 15 years for a project and they mess it up, they should have been fired a long time ago. So yeah, look, everybody's got strong opinions on what to do with ESCOM. Look, I have some ideas, but I'm obviously not qualified in the field of energy. So my solution for the whole ESCOM thing and the solution for the South African government in general and any government that's struggling is to number one not be corrupt. You know that will help quite a bit to not be corrupt. Um, and then secondly, just hire people that are the experts in the field. So for the the minister of energy or like the people in charge at ESCOM must be, excuse me, like people with the proper degrees for these things, man. It's surely it it's common sense that maybe the minister of transport in a country should be like an engineer or something like that, not the like someone that think not someone that thinks they should be a social media celebrity. Sorry, I'm coming now. Whew, I hope you didn't hear that. That sounded like some scary shots being fired, but I think it wasn't too close to you. Close enough to startle me, but yeah, I don't hear any sirens yet, so that's fine. So yeah, basically all I'm doing here now is we're gonna fill out um, this. We're gonna save all of these as PNG, and I will be talking about things while I do it. Just check if this saves properly. Oh, my laptop is a bit slow. But yeah, I see some weird errors that I'm getting, but I'm just gonna, for the sake of, I want to do at least one flag as well. But for the sake of time and me that's being tired already, I mean, I'm still technically about, I'd say about 20% sick. Yeah, Shan, my girlfriend is asking me if those were shots or if they were a car backfiring. Look, I'm hoping it was a car backfiring because the area that I live in is, I'm not going to say it's not safe, but it's on the safe part of a fairly non-safe area. But I'm not going to get into the politics of why certain areas are safe and certain areas are not in South Africa. But people who grew up in South Africa or people of color that grew up in South Africa know why certain areas are safe and not safe. Um, and yeah, it's a complicated, nuanced issue. He says on his artistic live, what is this, a video cast podcast, um, about him working on flags. He wants to talk about Apartheid and the Group Areas Act and why people of color were displaced from the areas. It's a very heavy subject because people of color still for the most part struggle in South Africa. And yeah, it's you either, if you make it out of the hood, you either working very hard, or you get lucky. It's tough out there. Um, and yeah, respect to like anyone that does make a success out of growing up in the really tempestuous sort of like atmospheres. It's hectic sometimes. But what can you do? You have to be able to deal with the card that you've been dealt. You must try your best. It's like life is basically like Uno. You try to make do with what you've been given, and you just hope for a draw for somewhere along the line to help you to win a little easier. Anyway, I feel like that got very dark very quickly there. Okay, so that batch of flags, Danzo. I'm just gonna move this over to the side. It's just gonna be easier for me to work. Uh, and then you get to see the flags a little bit better. I'm gonna pump in quite a few flags here now. And there are some flags that are gonna there's some explanations for some of the flags that are gonna cause some questions and comments. But yeah, I will just try to civilly address the issues that I bring up by talking about the research that I did while looking for the flags, or just reading a little bit more about the country, because that happens. The fact that we have Google to just steal knowledge from all the time. I'll give you a little bit of backstory about why the fact that we have a freaking Pokedex about life just blows my mind. So that's what Google basically is, right? It's a Pokedex about life. There's a lot of bullshit on the internet, I know that. But there are obviously also a lot of facts as well. For someone like me that has always been fascinated just by everything. And I'm actually not making this up. When I was a kid, I'm too lazy to do it now, but I do it in a slightly different way. But when I was a kid, like my daughter's age, she's still in primary school. I would read encyclopedias and dictionaries for fun, like those types of books, thesauruses what and like things like that. And I really enjoyed reading encyclopedias. And by the time Encarta came around, that was mind blowing. That Happy Pride Month for what passed now as well. But yeah, Encarta was freaking amazing. And now we have all of that even faster at the touch of a button. Just to have knowledge, you can just like, especially about like countries and things like that. You obviously need to know which sort of sites to stay away from, but you get sites that are they try to be as unbiased as possible, and they try to list all of their sources for the information. That's the sort of things that you would want for like things of like a more sensitive nature, that everyone is like represented equally with like all the proper sources and things like that. And that's something really cool that you can get on the internet. This is actually going quicker than I thought it would, but I'm gonna be a little lazy now and just dump in a whole host of other. This is gonna take a while. a whole host of other files now. Oh, snap. I opened up something I wasn't supposed to open. It's going to slow my whole machine down. Where's Task Manager? No! Ooh. Welcome to my world. Mm. There's a cool Shutterstock thing I want to enter for 3D artists, where you can win a really cool prize. I think one of the first things I would do with that prize is probably get myself a better laptop, faster laptop. Um, like anything close to what my work laptop is, the speed at which my work laptop is at would be quite nice. Yo, oh, my back is so sore, and I think I haven't gymmed for like what since Thursday, since Wednesday, because I suddenly came down with a crazy flu. Luckily, it went away. It's going away as fast as it arrived, so that's nice. Nobody likes flu that's not welcome, you know. Okay, then we were just waiting for Illustrator there. It looks like everything is still going well here in this folder. Yeah, reading about these Scandinavian countries was quite interesting. Yeah, I didn't do that right now. I didn't. I'm tired. We're just gonna finish up these flags, and then I'm gonna finish up saving them like this, and then I'm going to just finish one more of the other group of African flags, and then I will. Oh, jeez. I don't know how that fell now. I nearly got myself a new condenser mic. Slightly different sort of brand that I usually. How do I phrase this? It's a brand that still needs to prove itself to me. I won't say which brand it is, um, but those in the know why that's funny. But yeah, I nearly got myself um, a newer, better, maybe better um, condenser mic, and it's what I like about it is it's got a stand that's actually not gonna make the microphone do what it just did now, because it's obviously still new. Um, Surprised this flag hasn't sold more on Shutterstock with all the things that have been happening. Anyway, yeah. Hope everyone is fine. If you have, if you are South African and you or you know of people, oh, what the hell, people living in South Africa, you must just send thoughts and prayers, because we are going through the most in this country at this point in time, above and beyond all of the other hectic things happening in the world, like all of it, all of the countries' gas prices are high. It's just like that here in South Africa. The bread shortages, the cooking oil shortages, the grain shortage. It's getting a little hectic out there. It feels a little too much as if I'm in this is the start of a dystopian sci-fi movie, and we at the beginning of the end for the nice period of the human race, and we're gonna get into a very um, not so nice time for the human race. Um, I say that as if it already doesn't feel like a crazy dystopia that we were living in. Um, Something happened to me last Thursday that was quite intense, and I really felt how dystopian our society really is. Then I'm obviously offering you no context to what happened, but yeah, maybe I used that terrible. I wouldn't say terrible, just I mean, it, it wasn't a nice experience, but it was some of the things that happened was just so like, really, right here, right now, this is what we're going to be doing at this very moment in 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 this place. Wow. Wow. If I wasn't so high on pain medication at that point in time, I would have probably floored out or something like that. Anyway, I want to say that we're nearly done with this particular thing, but I'm not sure. We might be. We are. Three more. Export. Geez, guys, I need to get a dialect coach. I One of the other things I was interested in buying recently is a little box, a little recording box. Oh, this accent is terrible. That's why I said I need a dialect coach. I wanted to get myself like, I'm not sure if you're familiar with Scarlett. She is a gorgeous um, little recording bundle. You thought I was going to say something else, didn't you? It's a gorgeous little recording bundle. It's like the industry standard for people that are like semi-professional, if that makes sense. That's like not in like a proper full studio setup, but it can get the job done for, I would say it's like mid-range affordability, knowing how expensive the equipment is in that sort of industry. Um, it's about 5K for, I think it's the third generation Scarlett, and then it comes with the box where you plug in everything that you plug into your PC or your laptop, with a condenser mic, headphones, and yeah, is that all? The box, the headphones, the mic, and some of the microphones comes with stands as well. But there was an Artesia one that I was interested in, and I didn't know the brand at first, but then I did some googling, and I saw that it is actually a well-known and respected brand. I mean, that's what Google is there. That's what Google is there for as well, to to guide you and to help you with your purchases that you want to make. That is obviously before, after you have skipped all of the search results that Google itself has given to you that are ads that might not be the best um, product. Let me just bring up my Excel here quickly. Let me see which flags I finished here. I've done Cape Verde. Cape Verde is right there. I haven't loaded it to Shutterstock yet though, but it is finished. Cape Verde is finished. Comoros, have I highlighted it? I have not. It is finished. Burundi is finished. Okay. So we have a couple more ready to do, ready to go. Didn't I? Yes, this is Cape Verde. Something. Hmm? Huh? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I've got a. Okay, 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 okay. Okay. You can't see what I'm looking at. I'm looking at the files over here. Where's my. Let me just get to the. Yeah. I'm looking at my files over here and I work on so many projects that I sometimes forget the flow of the project and the filing system. Um, if you haven't worked on the project for like a long while, excuse me, quick, I just check something again. Oh, the wind is so strong again in Cape Town. Oh, just wish it would chill. Makes you hear noises. Yeah, I was saying. So these flags are also all done as well. I'm just gonna hoy this back onto this side. I just have not shared any of these flags to Shutterstock just yet. I will be doing it. I think I will do it. Uh, yeah, I'm gonna force myself to do that. I'm going to do it when all of Africa's flags are done, and I'm gonna load them all at once. And I might even I'll think about it and think about the logistics of actually doing it. But I might actually do that on a live as well, seeing the process that I have for that, because that in itself can also be a schlep as well. I need to streamline some of those processes, like getting from creating slash shooting slash manipulating whatever you created or shot into the final shot or render or video, and then putting that final product onto Shutterstock, and then being tactical about what you name it, the keywords that you use, the categories that you put it in, etc., etc., etc. All of those steps are so important. And at the end of all of that, your stock can still be rejected as well. So that's like a 5-step hurdle that you have to just get your stock, whether it is a 3D rendered image or video or a motion video done in After Effects that can maybe be used as background, 4K footage that you shot, the, the images as well. There's lots of options. It's actually a fun hobby to do. I actually have way better gear than I had in the past when I did it more. And I'm actually capable of making more money from it if I just focus, which is why doing things like this live stream actually does help me, because it does help me to focus. So let's just see here. So Benin I have highlighted. Central African Republic, I should actually, okay, I'll open all of them just to double check when I'm done marking them, just for the sake of things. Republic of Congo. I can't remember if, because these look like the final files. Botswana, I haven't cut. Botswana's also done. So I am actually quite far with this. Burkina Faso is also done. Burkina Faso, Botswana, Republic of Congo. So Algeria, Angola are still here. I can see them. Djibouti. Djibouti is going to be funny because you get to make booty jokes the whole time. But yeah, let's have a look at these quickly. Did I already drag? Oh, did I already drag them into? No, I have not. Here we go. Djibouti. I am silly. I forgot to do something. Djibouti. Cool. Sorry, I probably shouldn't have long stoic silences like that. My tea has gone cold ages ago already. Okay, Botswana, flag is done. Burkina Faso, beautiful. Republic of Congo, they're all beautiful. African flags are way better than the other flags because they are not afraid of color. And it's not just red, white, and blue everywhere. Love it. Love it, Africa. Love you, Africa. I sound like a Miss Universe contestant. I just want to say thank you to Africa. OMG. Uh, okay, we're not going to go get a bigger Algeria picture. It's going to be our challenge today. We are going to open up the template. And then clicky drag our reference image, which will be tiny, absolutely tiny. Sorry, some of my keys are not working so nicely on on my laptop. That's already the first sign that you are in trouble with your laptop when that is happening. I'm actually just gonna, this template needs a slightly different approach. I just need to make this, just gonna call this layer. We're gonna put this in there. Actually not gonna put that. Okay, we'll keep that in there. That is actually the right idea. Just gonna hide this away quickly. That must also be hidden. That must be unhidden. Yeah. But let me just kill that. There we go. There we go. I'm just gonna save this as template 2. I can always clean it up a little bit later. But I'm digging that sort of I think that's a better place to start this whole thing from. So is that Algerian flag? Is it half-half? Is it halfies? It looks halfies, doesn't it, eh? So if it is halfies, I see this is like the cool thing. Like if you had a if you had an international audience, maybe I must keep some African flags. Because if you had an international audience, then you could be right now. It's like, oh, if there are any people from Algeria right now on the stream, hit me up. Let's chat. But I know that there's not. This stream is still tiny. So yeah, we are going to create the blocks first. The blocks are the easy parts, all right? So we are going to do that. We are going to do that. And we are going to press I to color pick. And boom, you have your green. Press V to get the move tool back again. We keep in Alt. We keep in Shift. We duplicate. Double click. We make it white. Boom. We got part of our flag. Where did our little other flaggy go to? We need to take these out of here. We need to actually create another one. Oh, my microphone nearly fell again. Because I'm bumping the cable the whole time. We're going to call it, this should have been called layer. I'm just going to call it layer main now. And then we are going to put our 2 things in there. I see we're going to put our 2 things in there. And then this can be turned into a template. Okay, then it means we can go. It means we can wait. Come on. Oh, I forgot to say on the stream. I changed my room around a bit. So things are looking a bit different because you're seeing like a slightly different section of the room. But like, eventually I want to get like even if it's just a green screen right behind me, then I can superimpose a cool background onto it. I think that would be the best solution because then you cut the view here already, like just behind me. So it can be like just about that big is all I need. And then I can obviously do the background and stuff in Streamlabs. Anyway, we're back in business here. So now we can just create another. Yes. Okay, so that's working. Sorry. I was saying one thing and then I did another thing and then my brain and my hands were confused at each other. So I just made sure that the template is working, the template layer. So that basically the template layer just means that I can use it now to help me because we are just going to put these into a group. We'll call it blocks. And we will put the blocks in the layer called blocks. Mind-boggling stuff. And now we are going to create our crescent. I think the moon is in a crescent right now, eh? So very, very much on brand with the moon right now. The moon probably looks exactly like this shape. So this I don't think is going to be too hard to do. I will maybe go check afterwards if my crescent is correct. I don't want to offend anybody by desecrating the national flag by doing things wrong. But we are also trying to keep things interesting, I would say. There we go. Our circle seems in a good place. We're just going to press I. We're going to grab that red. So if I have to go out of template, mode, then we will see that we currently have this. But that's not the right thing. I know. I'm going to sort it out now. What we're going to do is we are going to duplicate that and we are going to resize it to fit into the shape that you are seeing there. I think it's going to be about there. Just have a look quickly. Let's use arrow buttons. Oh, we are close. We are quite close there. Just a little bit. Yeah, I think that's good. Then we are going to make sure that we maybe go out of template mode and then I press control. I'm lying to you. Shift M. It is the shape builder tool. And then if I were to click and drag between these two now, it would create one shape out of them. But I'm going to alt click and drag, and then I'm going to remove that from there. And we have our crescent. And it is looking, I must say, it's looking quite crescenty. And that is what I was going for. So I think the star is very similar to the star we have used in other flags. So let's just pop this over here. Let's go have a look at the flag of the Comores. Maybe not the Comores group. Maybe the Comores solo. I think that is going to be close here. That is definitely going to be very close. So I'm just going to go into this star layer over here. Oh, everything is grouped together. My bad. There we go. We got a star. Like a star, a star. I have to put on my list of things that I need to get the music going on the stream. Just a little bit on the quiet side, Not overpowering like the video that I loaded earlier today. like throwback Saturday video called Little Garden. If you have to watch it, like watching it back now, I never I do sort of hate my older stuff in general, but I always see the little like the quality or what I was going for. I see it, and I appreciate it for what it is. Um, so I can definitely see where I can improve. I just want to make sure that I get the right color here because if I zoom in here, you can see that they are. You might not, and you might think I'm crazy, but I definitely do see it. The color, the color is not 100% the same inside the JPEG that I have because JPEGs do that. They scrunch. That's why you will see by the time a meme has been saved and resent and saved and changed or whatever over time, it loses its quality. And that's why images become blurry and distorted because every time the JPEG compression is run, this is this is what I heard. The like I maybe remember it incorrectly, but yeah, every time you save it loses quality. If you don't save it in the full quality, like obviously the designer that designs the thing will have it in the full quality, but contrary to popular belief of how easy what we do is, it's actually not, and people mess up quite a lot, and that's why things just degenerate and degenerate and degenerate until you have this blurry mess. Okay, so we have our official color. It's a little bit brighter than what I had. I knew it by a fraction. Blink and you'll miss it, but it matters. Colors matter. Colors matter. The slightest of differences there. Okay, we're nearly done, guys. You're going to see how fast it's going to go now. I'm also getting tired. That's why I'm suddenly talking faster. Because I'm tired. We're just going to put everything, we're going to make sure that we have everything in the same. Going to group that. So we're going to group that. Everything is grouped already. We're just going to duplicate this full layer. We're gonna then let's make sure we put this underneath that because we're going to select the full ellipse and we're going to select the main layer. I don't know how my reflexes are so fast tonight, but it's working out for me. And that should be our flag. It looks funny because we still need to hide or delete that. And now we are going to call it Algeria alone because it is the Algerian flag that we are going to copy. I'm just going to put it into here. Okay, I think this should work. I'm just going to close this, and we are going to close this, and we are going to open up the group templates. Cool. And I will just go and get something else really quickly. On this side, it is this group coordinates that I'll show you again how that works. But I paste, and I did the wrong thing because I'm supposed to paste in place, which is Control F. And then I'm just going to do this because it must go in there. And then I'm just going to make sure that I paste in place into every section where I know it has to go. And then we can do our transfer, which will be over. Okay, I just need to bring that up, then I can see 3006. Boom. Oh, that was incorrect. It was supposed to be 2976 here. and then 1000, yes. And then the next one is 1000 and 3006. And then the final one, we're nearly done for the night. If it will bring up the dialogue I'm waiting for. 2976 and 3006. And voila, Algeria is in the can. Let's just check none of the layers are locked. Yeah, there's no layers that are locked. There's no guides. I don't need the guides in this file anymore. And we are just going to save it. Make sure that we are going to save it as Algeria group. The AI is saved. Export. And now we save it as EPS, but because we're doing it for Shutterstock mostly needs this, I'm going to save it as a legacy EPS. And the work is done. Finito for the night. Just going to make sure I save my files. And just going to have a look at the Excel file. So Algeria in the can. I hope to have done a couple more flags. Like, let's check. It's Angola. Chad, I think I didn't do, because Chad's flag is the same as Ireland. It's the same as Romania. That was a very wrong guess. The flag that is similar to Ireland is Côte d'Ivoire, I think. Ivory Coast. Let me just check. So that's Chad's flag. Chad the country, not Chad the person. Yeah, it was Romania. It's almost exactly the same flag. I think it's the same colors as well. Very funny. Then we're gonna. Oh, I'm gonna do Djibouti off screen. So if you can get Angola, Djibouti, Equatorial Guinea, Eritrea, Ethiopia, the Gambia, and Ghana, if I can get that done off screen, maybe Guinea-Bissau and Kenya and Lesotho. I think then we can have a stream where we load all of the green stuff, because I have loaded none of them yet onto Shutterstock. And you can see what goes into doing that. I've got a certain style and way of doing that. Like I have a process of doing that as well. You have to build up these processes when you're doing creative work, because if you work all over the show, when you go back to your project, you are gonna struggle. You saw I even did that a little bit tonight with this project. Anyway, thanks for watching. Stream for just over an hour. It's not too bad. I still haven't started my Twitch, which I'm gonna do gaming things on. Perhaps tomorrow I will finally get to that. That doesn't really have anything to do with this channel, although if and when I do artwork for that platform, it will be something that I can do a bit of a meta thing where I can stream about doing artwork for the gaming streaming when it eventually gets going. But if this is still busy getting going, then that is gonna only get going way after this gets going. So the trick is to just stay positive and do this now when no one is watching, for the love of wanting to do it. Like, I actually enjoy doing this. This reminds me of certain other times in my career when I like did presentations and things like that, and it was more of a, like, you doing work, but it's more from a teaching sort of point of view. I'm not saying I want to be a teacher. I definitely do not want to be a teacher, but it's nice sharing knowledge. I know perhaps doesn't make sense what I just said, but being a teacher is difficult because there's a lot of responsibility actually attached to that. And I definitely think we should protect teachers more and pay them more. And teaching is a very important job. And more notes should be taken about educators in general. Anyway, one of the things I need to do next is this section over here. I'm probably going to do I'm probably going to do some artwork and some videos for this section over here. Um, I can, while I'm doing the live, I can, for instance, if I had something for the section over here, if it maybe was a video that was playing, um, then I think I could hide it. Yes, you see, I could hide it and just bring it up, and that was fairly fast. Um, so I'm gonna see if how that would work. I'll create something in that size because I obviously want something here, and I want something there as well. I'm pointing weird. I'm pointing weirdly because I forget. I'm looking at myself there, but I should actually be looking at you here. It's because my station is here, and I'm pointing from, yeah. So this side, the sides thing, I need to sort out as well. I will put like messages and then things here. And this I will put like snippets of work. So maybe like what will be not too distracting. Like let's start off with maybe like a 30-second loop of things, like various things. I feel like I have a lot of things. So this is a nice space to like display things while I work. Like it can stay on that A for like maybe 10 seconds. That can be like the cleanser in between. I don't know why I just did Lego hands. But yeah, that could be like the cleanser in between. And then it can start animating and then wipe off the screen. And then it can show some work that I did. I'm actually like live storyboarding here, which is quite cool. Yeah, so it'll be like it'll stay on the A for a while, and then I'll either wipe the the actual A, I'll do something with it, like it will maybe animate out or something like that, or I already have an existing wipe that I use for vertical videos because that is kind of like a vertical video, although it is a bit more squished. I must just double check the size again, but then you can I'll just use the block wipe that I use, and then it'll be the A block wipe, and then it will be maybe like videos that I've done or upcoming streams or upcoming projects, and then the next one can be this is my latest 3D that I did, or like this is where you can find my music. It can be QR codes. The possibilities are endless. So what people that have a lot of followers will do in spaces like this is they'll obviously advertise. I don't. I have stuff in like a shop and things like that, but I know I don't have the platform to like advertise yet for stuff like this. I would first need to get a lot more followers and listeners and watchers. But for now, they will be like house ads, like it was called at one of my previous jobs, where the company that is selling the advertising space is using the advertising space to sell the advertising space, if you get what I mean. So everything just needs to be built slowly, basically, is what I'm saying. So there's all sorts of ideas that I have. But yeah, I am probably going to have to shut up now. Otherwise, I'm just going to keep on talking about the thousands of plans that I have for things because I just have so many plans. But luckily, like I said earlier, I am following through with like me doing the flags and stuff on streaming. It's exactly what I needed because I'm actually getting the project done. It's nuts. It's like I'm setting aside time just for this thing and actually getting something with it, and it's very cathartic. Um, I want to do a music stream soon again, um, but I might have to do the first music stream in a new way that I want to do it without like sharing it anywhere. Um, just it can just pop up on YouTube later on, but I definitely think it is possible. I just need to get the logistics correct. But yeah, thanks for watching. I will be back perhaps I want to say Tuesday, but it's all load shedding dependent at this point in time. So I will stream at least once in the coming week. I'm going to make that my target once in the coming week. And then I'll show you a snippet of what I will be posting on, on Objects Media. So I posted this today. Let me just do this quickly. I posted this today. It's from a skit that I did in 2018. I was telling my girlfriend earlier, 2018 was such a weird year because I actually got stuff done with mediocre gear. So I shot this on the same day. In my flat, I cleaned the space up to make it look. I had these weird work tables, work looking tables, which I actually got from work. So I think I shot him first, obviously, because he has the full facial hair. His name is Carl Hall, and there's other skit. Carl Hall's a funny name because the way that he pronounces it, like he has he has an accent like this, so it's like a Brit accent. So when he like says, "Yeah, Carl Hall," it sounds like you are saying Carl Hall, which in Afrikaans in South Africa means naked butt. So it's like a joke. There's a few names like that, like Jason High is also a swear word, but it's also a name, Jason High. And if I do movies, let's just say shorts for now, but you know, it's like the goal is like to do longer form stuff. I would like to put in little Easter eggs like that about things. I'm not going to say South African culture. I'm going to say Spinello culture, like things that influenced me and things that I grew up with. Like silly stuff like that. It'll be cool to like have a very inside joke, like a couple of references that people understand, but then like a few like super niche ones that maybe like only a couple hundred people will understand, and then that'll, if the media has to become bigger, then they'll like also feel very special because they'll feel part of it because it's something that only they understand. um, I think that's cool. That's a cool sort of thing to do. So I shot him first, Carl Hall, and then I cut my hair on the same day. I had like a station next to it, um, to this, which is most probably my future hairline, to do this very Afrikaans sounding. It's like based on a few characters that I've encountered in my life, but it's a very straight talking, kind of has a he has a veneer of like leadership, but he speaks like broken English and he pronounces things incorrectly. I forget his name. His name is like Van something, like Van de something, like Van de Merwe or something very Afrikaans sounding. So he's a middle-aged man. He's got a big mustache. Um, I actually heard someone speak just like this guy in the sauna at Tiger Valley Gym the other day. He sounded almost exactly. It's so weird. I can't explain the accent, man. It's like it's like older white gentlemen who speak Afrikaans, but they kind of sound. They have like a colored accent. It's such a weird accent. But there's a few people that I've heard that actually have it. It's not like a pure sort of Afrikaans, a soort van accent, soos 'n pure Afrikaans accent. Anyway, and then I can't remember which one of them I shot next. I think it must have been her that I shot next. What did I think in the skit, Van says that her name is Wanda, and I think her full name that I had for her was Wanda Laho, and then it's like spelled a different way, but if you say it fast, it's like Wanda Laho, and it's kind of mean, but it's just like it's like puns and Easter eggs and small stuff to insert into things. So she's like a trashy chick, sort of a vibe, and she's actually using a voice that I shouldn't be have that I don't see coming out of her, like looking at her. But the voice that she's using is more like he's my art critic sort of voice, you know. It's like I perhaps made it a bit higher for her because she's supposed to be a girl, but this is like supposed to be the art critic voice. He's supposed to be wearing like a snooty bow tie or like something like that. Maybe not a bow tie, but I can picture what he looks like inside my head, and it's not her character anyway. And then obviously the last one is me. Just cut everything off. I don't like usually do this look anymore because I look like a potato when I do. I'm starting to look a bit better now because I'm like losing weight and like things like that. But I can still see I've got the potato going with a round head, and my hair is actually short like that now. You can see my hair is short like that now, but the beard looks better. Yeah. Uh, and I think I'm reading off the screen that I'm looking at now. That's over here. I could have memorized it probably, but you'll hear when you see this, if you have to watch it, how very fast I'm speaking. Like, you know, those terms and conditions, mumblings at the end of like American toy ads. It's supposed to kind of be like that. It's like the toy ad will be like, "Get the gun, da 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 da, with a it comes complete with a da 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 da." I actually have a few, I actually have a few skit ideas that I want to do with toys like this. Sorry, I'm getting very excited about too many ideas. But yeah, it's like that sort of a thing. And then right at the end of the ad, it will be like, batteries sold separately. Don't try this at home. Responsibility. So it's supposed to be like that sort of feel to the dialogue. But it actually sounded better than this skit was a lot better than I thought it was. I thought it was a lot worse, which is good. It doesn't normally happen for me where I look back at something that I did maybe like 5, 6 years ago and it like still sort of holds up kinda in a way, quality wise. But yeah, this just shows me I'm the only person holding me back from actually doing more stuff like this because I need to get my head in the right place, yada yada yada. Anyway, I said bye. Ek is nes my ma. I said bye 16 minutes ago and I'm still talking. It's exactly what she used to do to me every time I would drop her at like one of her cousins or aunts or whatever. She would complain for me to come fetch her, and when I come to fetch her, she will then first do like the bye conversation, and the bye conversation is the conversation that happens. This is what happens. They're in the house, right? You announce your arrival. You're like, "Hello, mommy. I'm here to fetch you. Are you still gonna be long? What's happening?" And this is after like she told you she's done with the visit, right? This is colored mothers for you in Cape Town. So after she said bye inside, after she made me look like the bad guy because I'm obviously nagging, like, "Can we go now, please?" They would say bye, and then if the people's house that she was at had a stoop, they would first talk a little bit there, maybe like 2 minutes, 3 minutes. They were like last bits of catch up, and then I'll be like, "Yo, okay, okay, bye, I'm all bye, bye, everyone," and then I would walk to the car, and then she'd be like, "Okay, cool," and then she would like they'd slowly start walking between the stoop and the gate, like a really slow walk because they're still skinnering and talking. Then by the time they get to the gate, then they fucking first talk for another 5 minutes and they stand by the gate and you fucking huffing and puffing in the car already. And then you're like, Yanni, mommy, how long is it going to take? And it's like, oh yeah, these pens is altijd so full nonsense. Sorry, I'm not going to translate everything now. If you get it, you get it. And then finally they'll get past the gate. And then she'll first talk at the just in front of the car, just before she gets into the seat. The last bit of skinner and like gossip, and then she'll finally get into the car, and then someone will like come run around to the car, and they'll like hang by the car window and just be like, okay, yeah, like like there are like 5 steps of lost in that trail of things, and then finally I will like start to like rev the car slowly, just like lightly, like just like or like maybe just like make the wipers or something like that so the person who's hanging by the window can go the fuck away. And then eventually you go away like a half an hour later, which I'm basically doing. I said bye like 1 hour and it's 1 hour 80 now. So I'm saying bye for real. I really enjoyed the stream. Thank you to the 2 people that are watching.